Hi, it's Leigh with the Brain Performance Center. I am so excited today about my guest. I have Krystal Hurst, and she is the founder of the Dallas Moms. And you know what? Once a mom, always a mom. Mine are a little bit bigger, 31, but I still appreciate and feel that every day. Mm-hmm. So tell us, how did you start the Dallas Moms blog?
Well, so Dallas Moms started back in 2012, actually 2011, but we really got started with the mission that we're on now in about 2012 once we realized that we were reaching moms across the Metroplex. So it started as just a blog about what we were doing on the weekend, became this mission to connect and build our community of moms. I personally, the way I found it was I was a mom of a brand new baby. He was 9 months old, and I had left my job to become a stay-at-home mom. And all of a sudden, I was thrust into this world of motherhood, and I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing, like how I was supposed to be making friends, how I was supposed to be taking care of myself. And it just kind of evolved into just kind of talking about the different things going on in the life, as well as some of the other moms in the community also wanted to talk about what they were doing. And it just established into this community and this network of some amazing women sharing their journey and experience with the whole purpose and the mission of helping others that are also starting on this journey.
Well, you know, I can remember I was working when I was pregnant, mm-hmm. and took my maternity leave and came back, and they said, here's the deal. We're shutting this business down. We want you to stay. If you stay, we'll give you this. And I said, here's the deal. We're shutting down. Mm-hmm. I'll work from 12 to 5. And that way, I can stay home with my boys longer. Uh-huh. And then once I shut that business down, I stayed at home. That is the hardest job I have ever done.
Yes.
I mean, I could not wait till the nanny got there at 12. So I just go to the bathroom by myself. I had twins. Uh-huh. And I take no pride in saying that at all, but it's the truth.
Yes. Well, fast forward, my oldest is now about to turn 9 in March, and I've actually got 4 boys now. And so the going to the bathroom on your own thing, I can completely relate to, because there's a little joke that says, sometimes going to the bathroom by yourself is like a vacation, but it's true when you've got all these little fingers and hands that you feel like you're constantly responsible for. And although I do this, what I consider full-time, I work from home. And so it's a real balancing act between being a stay-at-home mom and also trying to run a business on the side. So it's definitely interesting to see the way that I'm just constantly having to juggle life right now.
Well, I have some good news. It's those 2 boys that took me into this business.
Oh, really?
And helped me understand. When they were in 2nd grade, one of them got hit by a car. Oh. And the other one watched it. And honestly, I didn't know who I was more worried about, but we got through it. We went to the emergency room, and they said he's had a concussion. And we got through it until he got into 5th grade. And he gets into 5th grade. And this was a long time ago. He comes to me, he says, Mom, I have ADHD. And I said, you can't. I don't know what that is. How can you know what that is? And he told me. And I said, okay, I've got this. I'll go talk to the counselor. And I did. And the counselor told me, your kid doesn't have ADHD. Your kid's never failed anything. He's never been a behavior problem. Your kid's lazy. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay. And I said, my kid told me he needed help. How can I help him? And she said, put him on medication.
Oh, my goodness.
And I said, why would I do that? Mm-hmm. Why would I give my kid medication? You just told me there's nothing wrong with him. She said, well, that's the only thing you can do. So I started looking for things to do, and I found how you can manage mental health without medication. I started the Brain Performance Center. But it's so important as a mom. I mean, it's not only your responsibility, but you have 4 times the responsibility.
Yes.
And do you have aging parents too?
So both of my husband's parents and my parents both live here in town. So they're actually what I consider fairly young, considering I actually just turned 37 or 36, 37 this week. How old am I?
You're a baby.
Yeah, I just had a birthday, but
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. So considering they're younger parents, and I think most people my age, but they are definitely starting to get up there in age, and so it's something that we've already kind of talked about and discussed how we're going to handle that next stage of life with them.
So you're sitting right in the middle.
Yes, we are.
And that's a very stressful place to be.
Yes, it's just that waiting of, we know that within the next 10 years, there's going to be some big changes, not only from our kids, but also with us and as well as our parents. Yeah.
And that's stressful.
Yeah.
And I just hope that, because I know as a mom, we always take care of our kids first. And then I learned, because my mom, what I went through with my mom, then you take care of your mom. And my mom used to say, you've got to stop that. You've got to take care of yourself. What? And she's like, if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of me?
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother level of stress on a lot of moms. Particularly, do you have siblings?
I have one brother, yes, who lives close by, which is great. But of course, I mean, he's a boy. And so it just is a little bit different that the son relationship as opposed to the daughter.
Yeah. So your boys are older now. How old are they?
So my oldest is about to be 9, and then I have one who's about to turn 7, and then a 4-year-old and a 15-month-old.
Oh,
yeah,
my
so
goodness.
they span all different ages.
So just as a mom, I mean, I had twins. All I had to do was have the mindset, just do it.
Yes.
Just do it. Get through this. You never have to do it again.
Yeah.
But you don't get to have that little escape card.
That's right.
So how do you, with all different ages, what's your biggest stressor?
Oh gosh, what isn't my biggest stressor? I think that's the question. No, there are days when I feel like I've got it all together because of a schedule or a routine. But then there are days like yesterday where school was canceled, and everyone is on different planets, it feels like, and doing different things, and it just feels like total chaos. And that's, for somebody, I'm very organized, and I like everything to be kind of, scheduled out, and it just completely stresses me out. And of course, having 4 boys, most of our days are that way. So it's a big learning curve for me, coming from the way my personality was prior to kids to now. I've come a long way and I've grown. But it is a lot of managing, just having to remind myself to, okay, take a deep breath. It's going to be okay.
Just breathe.
Yes, on a daily basis. It's that feeling.
So what do you say that about breathing, but we both know how effective that is and how calming that can be.
Yes.
So for moms out there that maybe aren't working on their breath work, that's something that can be so helpful.
Yes.
And I think too, just as a mom, what I remember is just stay present, stay in the moment, got to deal with it. Don't start thinking about next week and the week after that. Just stay in the moment and stay present. And even now, my kids are grown and on their own. I still do that.
Yes. Well, and I will say that's one thing that has changed a little bit, whereas I used to be a calendar person. I'd have everything neatly written down. I would know what was going on a month in advance. While I still have a calendar system, I really am only just thinking 1 or 2 days at a time. And I think just taking it that little steps at a time kind of helps, because if you do think about it, even in terms of a week, it can be so overwhelming.
Absolutely. And I think it's so important that all moms and everybody thinks it's okay to say, I'm having a really stressful day. I'm feeling anxious. Maybe I need some help. Maybe I need to sit down and breathe, or maybe I need to take a walk, get some vitamin D on my face, but that it is okay. I just wrote a book, Turn Your Brain On to Get Your Game On. And what really forced me to do that was the lack of understanding about mental health. And I do consultations all the time. And people, they come in, they'll talk, it sounds like you're depressed. Well, it's okay to say you're depressed, and people don't feel it's okay. They feel like it's taboo. And that's one thing I really hope is that everybody's going to be depressed or anxious at some point in their life. It's life.
Yeah, it's hard.
I had a great day yesterday after the tornado set down in my office, but it's life. And there's nothing we can do except work on acceptance and work on staying present. Don't know where I'm going to be in an office tomorrow, but that's okay, because today I'm here with you. Yeah. And it's such a great opportunity.
Yeah.
So tell me more about what Dallas Moms has going on.
Yeah, so I was going to say, you talking about it being okay to be depressed and it's okay to be sad. And it's so interesting that you say that, because that's one of the things that I think we hear from moms a lot, especially our writers who want to kind of share that with other people. We talk a lot about postpartum depression and things like that, but there's also just that general sadness that just kind of creeps in every once in a while that I think a lot of people, like you said, are afraid to talk about. And so that's one of the things that I'm really excited about sharing your book with our audience, is because, like you said, bringing awareness to just all aspects of mental health. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the far side of the spectrum of serious clinical depression or postpartum depression, but just taking care of yourself on an everyday basis is one thing that I'm really excited to share about our moms. Just in general. So.
And I think that's one thing that is so hard, to do, is just stop and say, how am I? What kind of a day am I having today? I'm not having a good day. Instead of, oh, it'll be okay, I'm going to power through, I'm going to push through that. I've done that. Yeah. I've done that so many times, and then I've got my friends, the shoulds and the musts. I should do that. I must do that. And we have those defeating negative thoughts.
Yes.
And they're little ants, automatic negative thoughts. And they're so fast, you can't even catch them. Right. You just kind of shake your head and go, wow, I'm feeling really down right now. And I think that's the first step, is to understand how you catch those thoughts. Where are they coming from? And mine are the shoulds and the musts. Some people generalize. Everything's either bad. Some people catastrophize. Everything's a catastrophe. We have the mind readers. I can tell you what's going to happen as a result of that, and it's not going to play out in my favor. Yeah. The fortune tellers. And I encourage everybody to kind of stop when you have that negative thought. Stop and say, where'd that come from?
Yes. Well, and I think that's something else that moms struggle with is, once they identify those negative thoughts, what do they do about it? For us, one of the things that we do with our website is we host events. So we try and encourage moms, okay, if you struggle taking that time for yourself to go to the spa or go get a massage or even just go get your nails done or whatever you enjoy, maybe it's going to Half Price Books and browsing your favorite book, here's an opportunity to go enjoy a night out, grab some girlfriends, or maybe you don't have some girlfriends, but meet some new people and just take some time to decompress and just take some time for yourself. I think that's extremely valuable and important too.
You make that is the most important point, and that is self-care. And self-care is a lot more than a bottle of wine and Netflix. Self-care requires self-discipline. Self-discipline is self-love, but it's a mind, body, spirit connection. It is so much more than just telling yourself it's okay if I just, lay on the couch for an hour. You've got to do something that makes you feel that you're being respected and loved and nurtured.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. And I came to that discovery too, because, the thing with moms is the joke about, the wine and, having a Wines Day Wednesday and all of that. And I reached that conclusion too. I guess it was just even really recently that, the glass of wine at the end of the day is nice, but it's not releasing it's not a stress release. It's actually, for me, it was actually causing a little bit more stress. And so it's, like you said, taking care of not just the mental aspect, but being physically okay. And just talking about some of those things is always so helpful.
Well, I think that, my memories as a mom, they're 31, so I can blot out all that stuff, but oh my gosh, they're so great.
Yeah.
And I was just with them all a couple weekends ago, and that mom thing just gets better and better, because then they start taking care of you.
Yes, I'm ready for that. And that's the great thing about 4 boys is I know I'm their mom, and so they'll always be my, they're definitely mama's boys, and so I feel pretty good about my future as far as them taking care of me. But it's just getting to that milestone that I want to get there mentally okay. Yeah.
I think you and every mom out there. So is there anything that you think that moms would like a piece of advice on today?
Oh, goodness. Like I said, in general, I think just helping, helping identify with every different person where to start. When you're feeling sad, what's that next step? Do you share it with a spouse? Do you confide in a friend? At what point do you know that you need to do something, but maybe you're not sure what to do?
Well, that's a great point, because some people will share with the spouse. Some spouses are prepared and can handle that. Some cannot, and do you share with a friend or a family member? I think it's important to know who can handle that and who can be there for you. And because sometimes people are overwhelmed, they're experiencing a lot of that on their own. And when they hear you vocalize it, that just overwhelms them more. So I think, if you realize that you're stuck, that's not a very fancy way to say it, but
that's what you feel. Yeah.
But you do. You feel stuck. If you're stuck, you need to get some help. And for some of us, that's reaching out to a family member. For some of us, it's a girlfriend. For some, it may even be a counselor. Because, I always tell my family, I can't be your counselor. I'm your mom. I'm your wife. But I can't be your counselor. And it's so much more proactive instead of just sitting back and being reactive. I don't like that. That's bad. That's making me sadder. Because you think, oh, my kids are little. They don't get it. They get it. Yeah. Kids understand everything.
Yes. Yeah. They can definitely tell, especially, mine can, when mommy's not feeling good. Yeah. They know. They pick up that sense when it's time to stop the goofing and mom's being serious. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. Yeah. November 6th, I'm going to get the opportunity to meet some of the moms.
Yes. We're very excited. So, yes, November 6th from 6 to 8:30, we're going to be hosting an event with Leigh, and I just think it's going to be a great experience, not only for moms to get out, like we were just talking about.
And have some fun. We're going to have a great DJ.
Yeah, it's just an easy excuse to get out of the house. We're working with a company that's going to allow some childcare. So I know a lot of moms come into the Dallas Metroplex that are transient and don't have a lot of family around. And so we're trying to help with that a little bit to make sure that they, if you do have kids at home and don't have a parent in town to help watch or a babysitting network, that we can hopefully provide that. But a good excuse to get out and just let's talk about mental health and talk about as a mom, as a woman, what that looks like.
All right. Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to get to meet some of those moms, and anytime I get to talk about mental health, brain health, I get excited.
Yes. And you mentioned that you're bringing a cap. Is that correct?
Well, we are. We're going to bring it, before the tornado yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, no.
We had planned to bring a setup where we could, you could actually put a cap on your head and you could see what your brainwaves look like.
Oh, that'd be so interesting.
It is. It's so much fun. When you blink your eyes or you tap your teeth together to see what that does to your brainwaves.
Yes.
And little kids love it.
Yes.
They'll sit there for 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, quit doing that.
Yes. Well, and I think that's the other exciting part about this event is talking about the science behind. It's not just all emotional. There's actually a reason why things are going on inside your head.
Everything you do, you don't do, how well you do it, it's all about how that brain's working or not working.
Yes. So, yes, we're excited. Like I said, November 6th from 6 to 8:30. It's a free event, which makes it even better because I know sometimes moms will struggle with the financial aspect of getting out. But we're going to light bites, drinks. It's going to be a great night.
Absolutely. Going to have a raffle ticket for a free
for your
book.
Yes.
So it was going to be 3 raffle tickets, but only was able to salvage 1 book from the office yesterday. So we'll just take it down to 1.
That's fine. And then, like I said, just getting out and enjoying some new friends and meeting new people. And the registration is on our website, dallasmoms.com. It's up there live right now. And as I was sharing, we've already got between midnight and 7 a.m. We've already got at least 35 people registered. So it'll be a really fun event.
Yeah. All right. Well, come on, moms.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with me today.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for having me. And like I said, I'm really excited to learn more and read your book when it comes out. So
thank you.
Exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah.